you've been struggling and when you've been trying to, make improvements, and then they don't stick or whatever. And honestly, sometimes it's not one's fault, but it happens anyway. And it's kind of like you feel like you just don't have much control over things, and there's that uncertainty of it going either way, and it's so I mean, like, I hear that what you're saying, and I have tried it. But like I say, I've also had it kind of backfire, so to speak. Well, yeah. So basically, it's kind of like, um, you know, well, then what do I do? I mean, because I don't want to get myself in those positions again without a guarantee. This kind of goes back to where I wish that I had a closer family, or even some closer friends at this point in time in life. I just don't really feel I do, because maybe they'd have my back. Maybe they'd, make me, maybe they would help me move ahead and deal with any challenges that came with doing that. I mean, I know I've got you and Glenn, but honestly, he feels just as stuck as I do about things sometimes, and that's depressing. Uh, yeah, and yeah, basically, it's very tricky.
Is that we face, like with anxiety, or with me, it was trusting people, and I had a lot of anxiety. Those were some of my challenges, but how I dealt with it might look really different than how you might, because we're different people.
Right, where there's a lot of fears, because you know that you know it feels like some people just struggle, a lot longer, and then they start to dabble in other things or whatever. In some where it's older people, and they are stating that they've been struggling a long time, or they're struggling currently, and then there are some that finally kind of come out of the darkness or whatever. But it's kind of like, like I'm thinking of one. I can't remember details other than I think she was in her 60s or 70s. Well, I mean, I'm late 30s. I don't want to have to wait that long. You know what I mean? And I mean, but at the same time, again, I don't really feel like it's entirely up to me. And so, yeah, basically, um, and there was a couple cards. I don't know where the rest of the pack is, but there's these little quote cards or whatever, and one of them did say something about um, something similar to what you said about step forward, step back, or whatever, this and that. And it said the number one, and I thought, oh, well, it was a lot more. Or let there be peace in not knowing all the answers. Yeah, maybe to a point, but then at some point it feels like you need them, and that's where I've kind of been at. And honestly, truly, I also feel like it's actually affecting my health a little bit, and my self care in some ways, and like I still have some dental work that I should probably get done, and I have gotten a little bit done, but it's kind of like, well, I was waiting for a call back. I mean, I know that it, like a time before, if I'd actually spoken to the receptionist and requested a call from the dentist herself, then I did get it. But most recently, I left a voicemail that either may not have been gotten or never got to her. So it's been a mix of, she never got back to me, but understandable, she's busy with her appointments and this and that. Me not fully caring, because I'm not in huge pain, but there is actually something that I've been going through which is more noticeable pain. And I mean, I'm used to feeling pain, but not quite physically like this. And it's kind of like, you know, part of me thinks, get it looked at, and part of me thinks just kind of learn to manage with it. And if things improve in my life, then maybe I'll care. And basically, what it is. Sometimes it's associated with back pain, but and I noticed it a little bit now, a bit in the chest and the rib area, but usually it's when I'm laying down in bed, and where my rib cage feels sensitive, sometimes tight, sometimes just kind of sensitive, and I usually just put a heat pad on it, or take the Tylenol, and that. But I've wondered if maybe it's something connected to the kidneys, because my research tells me it might be, or some other sort of heart condition or something, and that. Yeah, I mean, I would like to be at a point where, I've a doctor probably. I mean, but yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm not gonna go doing anything, but I'm also not necessarily gonna do things that maybe I should do to maybe improve things until I feel that other things are improved, like I say. And so, which is unfortunate, but it's what I feel, And so basically, like, I have some things on the couch here, and if I can just kind of get some of them back into a bag, and that basically, like, one of the things is the calendar. Not sometimes more present than other times, but every time around when a new year is approaching, I think I'd like to make one. It never happens. I mean, there's probably cost involved, but also too, and I mean, I don't know how many people use printed ones anymore, but also too, can you hold on for just a moment? Hi, there's Den here. Feel free to ring it. Yeah, so basically, and it's kind of like, but then also I often think of it in the terms of people, and I just don't really feel like I have those connections, and basically, yeah. So, like, I am waiting for a check, and it's kind of like that very little bit of money that I'm having. The postal strike has probably delayed it, but I think it'll probably come this week. I mean, we have been getting mail. We've also been getting a lot more flyers, but I've misplaced my wallet because I don't have an income, so I'm not really. It's somewhere in the house, probably. And we're just hoping that the check was made out under my spouse's name. But if not, I'm connected to, my spouse's banking, even if just a beneficiary. But I mean, I could give my name, and I mean, I don't know, sometimes they can ask all these questions, but who else knows my name? But I don't know where my ID card is. I thought it was in something else that I sometimes have that stuff in. That's not a wallet. I do have my health card, and actually it feels like, I don't know if something got spilled on it or what, because part of it feels a bit stiff, but they would never laminate it, so it's very fragile. But, I mean, that's kind of my idea that I have right now. I also have a mutual fund. I get things in the mail every now and then about that, and it's stuff I can't access till I'm in my 40s. So, it's unfortunate, because I could use that now. And that. That's okay, I'm fairly tired. We don't have to. No. Yeah, when are you thinking? Be right with you. Yeah, that's good. I think that's the only day that I have an upcoming appointment that I have an appointment on that day, actually. $24th? Sure, let's do that. Okay, sounds good. Well, of course. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just relax for a bit now, so. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks, bye. So, sometimes she seems to give very kind of generic examples. So we have this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. We at one point had as many as 21 people here at once. I have not posted a lot of lives in a while, but the ones I have done have had as many as 4 at a time, and occasionally just 1 here or there. I'm also going to look because I know that I have to click this. Oh, right, this is that other one because I'm like, where are the comments? I restarted it because the other one was getting a bit long, and hopefully it posted. It may have still been processing, but some of it's while it's recording. But, and even though I was on the phone, which I'm fine, you can weigh in. Yeah, at one point I had as many as 21 people, and I wouldn't necessarily hear about this, but as many as 21 people there. Now it says 15. I think, yeah, it was at like 17 or 18, and then it dropped. And now it just suddenly dropped by down to 8, which is odd. Well, it can only be one person. Well, needs to know each other, but so with what you were hearing there, what comes to mind? What are some of your thoughts? The dog's being so good, thankfully. But he did have the rawhide. Yeah, I won't distract. Now it's back to 10. I won't distract, but of all the people that are here, some of you have to have some thoughts you want to put. Or there's something else you want to know about me, something unique about yourself, just something about what you heard. And I'm not going to talk because I obviously have just been talking a lot, both before that call and in it. And then it was kind of very abrupt, but it was around that time. Yeah, so I'm just going to be quiet for a bit. And this way you can focus on your comments. We're down to 6 now. But it's really been fluctuating. I can't believe how high that number got. I mean, I know YouTube is big, but that's the thing. There's a lot of videos on here. And I haven't personally seen that in ages. But I appreciate that you all been here sticking around, and I'm curious what's on your mind. Whether it's, again, something that you've heard in this video as it goes to 11, or something you want to talk about. So I'll let you work on your comments. And yeah, please no comments that are too weird, okay? I mean, I had it weird earlier, but it wasn't hugely personal. And Joseph, I just say one more thing and then I'll let you comment. I mean, you may already be starting to, but Joseph, if you are one of the watchers, now it's down to 7, please know that I feel mixed about keeping you on this channel. About keeping you as a subscriber. I don't know how to undo it, honestly, or I don't think I do, but part of me wants to, part of me doesn't, and I don't know what to think about that. Did I ever have your email address? That's one thing I'm wondering. I can go look later. But we're at 6, and I'm going to let you write comments. And hopefully this will be a fulfilling day on YouTube as far as like with live streaming, because yeah, that was interesting earlier. Not usually the kind of vibe that we let on here as it done too, but yeah, I'll let you work on your comments. Done up to 7. The other reason why I'd like a comment, other than interacting and being there for each other, even though we don't know each other, that's fine, is because I'd like to see if I can write a comment underneath it. I can't seem to see a spot like I thought I would to type a comment. But if you put one, I might be able to reply to it in writing. So we have 4 of you here at the moment. Six of you here. I'm hoping that when the number's climbing up, that it's people that have been here before. Or some of them. That way they know. And I also hope that none of you are trying to mess with me or trying to do anything ill-intended. which would be exactly what it would be, because I'm a good person. I'm a caring person. You know, as much as I need support with what I'm going through lately, and things have been kind of a struggle, I want to give that too. I want to give it to y'all, um, and we're all in this thing called life together, and we should be making it as positive as we can for each other. And you know, I would be lying if I said in the back of my mind that I didn't think that, I don't even want to say, but that somebody was thinking of doing something weird. But again, you can be a better person than that if that's the case. And either way, there's two people watching. I'll let you comment. When, by the way, for anybody that sees these in the future, in case it's not obvious, and then I'll let you comment. I'm not telling you can't write and listen at the same time. Hello, illusion, or Eloise N. Is that how you say it? Anyway, when I go like this, it means hi. This means type. This means when I'm on the phone. You know, because sometimes that I do get interrupted on the phone. So Eloise N, although that's not how I would spell Eloise, or Lucin, or can you type it in a way that you'd say it? How long have you been here, and what are your thoughts about what you've heard so far? And it went from 2 to 3, so same question to, one of you just tuned in, but same question to the other two. Say it however you want. How long have you been here? Watching. And can you define what it is? Because that could mean a lot of things. and I feel like I need a little bit of help defining and narrowing that down. It's really weird though, out of 20 people. Okay, so, say your name however you want. Why would you ask that, Suf Besa? No, actually, as much as I've had struggles, I occasionally drink beer, but other than that, and smoke a little bit of pot, because someone in the house does, and honestly, I don't find it does much for me. This is, marked down for, not for kids, but really, it wasn't specifying, but you never know, and you never know what someone's going to ask you, right? But yeah, so I mean, no, I'm thankful mostly that I've never had that problem. It's very random that you ask that, and I'm curious what's making you do so. What made you ask? Okay. Sometimes it's hard to get an answer on this from somebody who does stuff like that. Although this could become very interesting if I let it. If I let it that way in a certain way, but maybe rather than saying, do you feel like you have addiction problems to it, do other people tell you that you do? And it says it's down to 1 now, so I don't know if it's, and she said say it however, so it's like I saw one, her name was Paulina, and she had it on the top of her page saying it's not Paulina, it's Paulina? I was like, they're so similar. Why is she, But this person said, say it however I want. And I thought she was just saying in general, but I think she means her name, or they mean their name. And I'm going to say it how I want. Because you told me I could. Eloise N. I don't hear the name Eloise very often. It's kind of old-fashioned, but, sometimes names are passed down. And okay, for a moment it said 0, now it's back to 2. So I'm not sure what's going on. I do also have to plug this in soon. It's at 28%, but the dog's still being not hyper. He settled down because he was hyper earlier, and then he had to go ahead. But, yeah, so Suf Besa, I can actually say that pretty easily. Well, it's not that hard. I'm pretty good at saying names. I often thought I should be a game show announcer. But I live in Canada, and yeah. Not too many of those are filmed here. Movies, but... And no, just I don't know how to make that happen. But do other people tell you that you have addictions, or you're a moderate user? like I say, I could ask, do you feel that? But it might be more accurate to say, do other people tell you so? And then anything else that I've said, if it's Eloise N, I like how that sounds. Eloisen. Sorry. Feel free to comment. And if one of the people here is, or if both of them here is neither of those people, still feel free to comment. I'm just going to let my phone charge for a few minutes here, or tablet actually. I have to go upstairs for a moment, and it's been a very verbal day. We are up to 5 viewers, though. So, again, whether I should or not, I don't know. But suggest a topic, suggest a song you'd like me to do. I'm fairly diverse musically. I don't know everything, and I'm not into doing metal. And just before saying that, it went down to 3. But other than that, yeah. I wouldn't mind kind of looking through a bit more of this stuff, too. There's a part of me that wouldn't mind talking about the call that I was on partly during this. I don't know if anybody's been here since that. But yes, it's charging while I'm doing this, but how well, I don't know, but... But I am musical, and I'm glad that you all are here, and yeah. I'm glad that comments show up, because I haven't done a lot of lives, so I wasn't sure. Well, I'm pretty sure they would, but... Okay, so I'll be right back. And when I come back, hopefully I'll have some comments to see and reply to. Oh, one thing I had... Before I forget... I feel like I saw that on the other one. No. The only way I can reply is out loud. You'd think there'd be a type option that I'd be able to have too, but... Whatever. Okay, I'll be right back. I won't be long. And now that we're getting some comments from some of you, I really don't want to have to call it one anyway, so. You know what that? I don't know if it's my look. I have to find out. Oh no. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Okay, that was weird for a moment. You notice I have a dog, but I'm so glad that when I numbered and then also actually told her to wait, because I saw such a high number, and I wanted you to all know that you can still comment when I was on the phone, that she didn't ask. So it went, as I came back, I saw 5 and then 1. That was just weird, but I saw it out the window there. And actually, one of my recent videos was actually an idea I had for a series, songwriting, kind of, sort of, I think, of looking out the window. It was a good excuse, not that I avoid doing so, but there's some big plants in front of some of our windows, and I don't know, I could stand to do it more, maybe. Briefly, the review went, but then it says one again. Anywho, and reminded me of a Josh Groban song, and yeah, make a song about it. And if you look up it all transpired under the one called Yellow Lab and Zebra Pants. I know it sounds weird, but check it out, it'll make sense. But yeah, I saw we live near a school, so I'm pretty sure that, well, I'm quite sure actually that they were teenagers, as we have a second viewer tune in, and they went up a path, a shoveled snow path, snow shoveled path on the boulevard. There was three of them, and as they got back to the sidewalk, two of them kept walking, and the other one fell to the ground. And I was worried for a moment there. I thought maybe she had fainted, or had some sort of health problem, and they just didn't notice right away. I mean, obviously they would have turned around and been like, "Where is she?" But then would they? I mean, a lot of them, and I think it's good because whether it's because the parents need to reach them, or it's good in some ways, not in others, to have for teenagers or whatever to have cell phones. I remember one thing they were doing at schools here is they had like a shelf, and they were making the students put their phones all on a shelf. And there was a post online about it, and I said, how are they going to know which one's theirs then? I mean, yeah, some might be very unique looking, as we now have 4 viewers, but a lot of them wouldn't. And the guy pretty much said, oh, they'd know. They'd know. Well, I guess if you looked in it, but I mean, you want to spend time every day looking, I mean, if they have a code and their code doesn't work, and after trying it a few times, then it's probably not theirs, or they have to look. But that's like a privacy breach in some ways, and it just doesn't seem like a very good method. So, but anyway, so they probably would have had cell phones, and they probably would have been okay. And that corner house, actually, and I felt mixed about it because it's close to home. It's like nice because it's handy, but maybe too close for comfort. And I have slightly mixed feelings about the ones that live there, but not entirely negative. But it's kind of like they are home quite a bit. They also have a vehicle, so they're also not home quite a bit. But during the day, like kind of a lot of times when I am, they are. But there's also a church kind of nearby too. So, but yeah, that was weird for a moment there. But then she got back up, so I don't know if she was just, I don't know, it was a weird thing to randomly do, like, oh, I'm falling. Unless they were talking about being in love, and they're like, falling in love. But the thing is the two that she was with didn't seem to notice that she followed at first. Till they were starting to, because it's not super long distance, they were starting to go around the corner, and they looked back, and she was already up at that point. I don't even know if it was a female, actually, because she was wearing a winter jacket and stuff, and a hat and stuff. But I think it was. Or she was shorter, anyway. Not that that means one thing or another. But anyway, we have a viewer. Is it one of the people that have already commented? If so, welcome to keep it coming. If it's somebody who hasn't, is there a topic or a song that you would like to hear? Or would you like me to suggest a topic? Or they just left? Whatever. But there are a couple people here who, well, I didn't retain their interest. Is it really 12 o'clock already? Yeah, because the appointment was later than I thought. If there are a lot of things I'm going through that, yeah, it could take some away. So we have one viewer. My first question for you is are you someone who's already been here? If so, I won't repeat some of the things I've said. Feel free to comment. If not, let me know and I will. I'm just charging this device, but I can do this while I'm charging it. Okay, they went. Whatever. It's cool to engage with people and to, random people, and someone doesn't get a lot these days. Online is one thing, but in a video where they can see you and hear you, it's a new dynamic, or it's not something I do often, but it's certainly intriguing. Okay, so I'll let the person who just tuned in introduce themselves. I'm just putting the device down. It's charging, and I just need a moment, and then I'll be back, and we can have a conversation about anything you want to talk about, or if you want to let me pick, and as far as songs as well, maybe. We have 2 people here, and the second person either has heard me say that before, either in this video or in general, or caught the tail end of it, so I'll let you work on a comment, and I'll be right back. got a third person. Suggest a topic or a song, and I'll be right with you. I am sorry that I'm not in view right now. The charger port is at the bottom of this device, and I just needed to plug it in. But I can hold it. But, okay, Alvin, what's up with that? Crystal hasn't missed it yet. I suppose I should have checked that while I was I couldn't actually, because of this being up. Talking to What's-Her-Face, because, maybe Bob in for nothing. But, I mean, get yourself in this kind of situation sometimes, so it's good to know. Hi there. Who do we have watching? It says there's one viewer at the moment at the top. This video has been very sporadic in that way. And I don't live stream a ton, more than I used to, but still not a ton. And, like, there's been some pretty high numbers at the top there. I honestly am surprised they're not higher. This is YouTube. But again, there's lots of things to watch. People's attention spans, other reasons, this and that. But yeah, it's I must say though, these comments, maybe they've been a little bit fulfilling, but the ones that I've gotten so far have not been all that fulfilling to my day. And I want that for both of us. So, person that just tuned in, sorry if you've heard me say this already. Doesn't indicate who, just a number until you put a comment. What do you want to talk about? What song would you like to hear? Or they left, whatever. I'll be right back. Good boy, son, he? Yeah. I'll be right back. Feel free to comment. Anything that comes to mind. Well, anything that's respectful. And engaging and fulfilling and all that stuff. Oh, we have 4 now. Oh, was that a new one? Nope. New comment. I'm just letting this charge and feeling a bit distracted, and I've had a fairly active morning, but no, it's not the one. But I was already kind of rolling, and I'm willing to keep it going for a little bit longer. So, but really, what this is going to be about is the only viewer currently that left, and as obviously, I notice. It's not like I just don't usually notice. Like, yeah, so this, this video has been more active than some, but not so much with comments. Some, but we have 2 viewers now, and I welcome you to be commenters on this. Commenters or commentators? But they left. What seemed to happen, actually, is when I went away. Oh no, I was sitting here on the phone for some of it. But when I wasn't engaging with them, they stayed out of curiosity, it seemed like. But we can have a curious conversation even if we do engage. So if it's Joseph that's watching, let me know. We'll see what comes from that. If it's not, still, I'd like to know who's watching, and let's talk about whatever, or I could share some music. Yeah. But I'm totally open to helping you through something you're struggling with, and would hope for the same. But the viewer left, so whatever. Maybe I'll wait for a short while on that other line. Because yet again, I feel like the conversation with What's-Her-Face was not that helpful and fulfilling. I mean, it's good and interesting to see what I got off my chest, and she tried. I was very curious when a couple times she said, "Can I share a personal experience with you?" But a lot of people would say if you're unemployed and struggling to get work, volunteering. I don't know. And she has mentioned that she has mental health problems, but I don't know. I've had more in-depth conversations online, I feel like. Or just in general, but yeah. Even though it's a bit later than I thought it was, it's still maybe a little too early to call him at work. Let's see how quickly and if I reach somebody on this. I don't mean to look weird by saying type. See me from this angle. There I am for you and Ariella. I'll be right back. Feel free to comment. Good boy, Sonny. And when I hold certain numbers up, that's just me noticing how many people are viewing. Right now, it's just you. But do feel free to comment. Real hit and miss. Sometimes it can be... Oh, now there's 2. Sometimes it's quite quiet, though, so I really value you 2 being here and commenting anything that you want to talk about or any songs you'd like to hear. And they go. And he's just going to say he remixes that too. Well, I did talk with him one time, and actually it was okay. But he, oh, we got one person. Person that we have watching, have you been here previously or on any of the videos before? Have you been here long? I'm just curious. And as much as I could, I mean, and it's one thing, I mean, if the person's staying, they're liking it enough to stay, if they actually are on their device watching, then that's great. But really, I want this video as the viewer goes. But yeah, Andre, how about this scallywag? Oh, no, but either they came back or somebody else did. What it's really about for me is the engaging at this point in time. Not like in marriage, but you know, like in like interacting. So I'll let you put a comment, and then yeah. But I might want to talk about somebody I know named Andre. Would it be funny if you were named Andre, the viewer that's at the top, only one at the moment? But I think maybe a slightly more common name, David, Colleen, Wendy, maybe. Maybe some of this other stuff. Oh, now we have 2 here at the same time. But, I mean, out of all the people on YouTube, that can happen. Like I said, I'm surprised the number is not usually seeming to be more higher. At least in a while afterwards. I will say that afterwards, the view count... And I don't know, that's one thing I've wondered. When you view your own channel, not that anybody's currently watching, if you have videos posted, or if you come back to a video, does that count that as like, and it's not your own channel, does that count as a view? Because I have afterwards, but views aren't important to me as reactions and comments. I mean, they are, but they aren't. I mean, they're not as fulfilling or engaging. Yeah. I'm probably not going to go for very long unless this picks up. But yeah, I'm not going to call again because it could be him. I wish I hadn't had to call then too, but I was just trying to figure out what to make of this. And then also, okay, now it's not charging. Why? Well, that's not the cord. This one is the one around the wall. So let me just try that. And if people are wondering, do I like the sound of my own voice? Yes and no. I like it better than that sound.
In terms of their
Didn't seem to be loose. Maybe. It's not one of the things that shows in the scroll down. Yeah, that's charging. Okay, so I'm not going to call what's the face, no, that's that. Your pasta. Here's a random question. Do we have somebody watching? No? Okay, I'll wait. And actually, because I'm picky and sometimes grossed out by some things, maybe I shouldn't ask. But yeah, it seems like I'm not meant to mention the specific place that happened at. And I don't think I had to get my point across as to what I'm feeling about certain things. Okay, so, welcome. We have a viewer. And I hate to sound like I'm repeating myself, but it doesn't indicate until a comment comes in whether it's someone who's been here before. It just says a symbol and a number. And they left, so. I'd like to take a moment, though, perhaps, to address one of those comments in case somebody's... I mean, I kind of did, but just... if somebody's really if thinking of saying, well, he didn't say why he was asking, but I can tell you why I think he's asking. And I just want to address that. If somebody thinks it's the look, I do and don't get that. And also, I do feel like that kind of thing doesn't, like a lot of other things, don't necessarily have... So it's getting a bit warm anyway. Don't necessarily have S as the viewer goes. So hat or no hat, it's good. A look. And it's what's comfortable and, temperature rising in general. And although I'm not big about this pattern, but it's what we have and it's, I get cold shoulder, give me the cold shoulder and a cold neck sometimes. But I don't feel like I communicate like a crack. Well, I didn't say addict, but a junkie. I don't feel like I do. Mine again. Everybody's different, but I think I'm fairly coherent, mostly, and especially in video, but in general, and yeah. Just looking at the other device for a moment here. But I don't think that much came in, so I think I'm still probably pretty caught up. So, welcome. You're the only one here at the moment. And if you'd like to suggest a topic or a song, okay. Or neither. So we have a viewer. One thing I'm going to try, because I was just looking at my other social media site and device here, and something at the bottom of it, a bottom notification. You know, I like to try to look at those before they fade away. Like the viewer that just did. And I know this may seem very random, especially from a stranger, but maybe it'll be nice to hear and resonate. And otherwise, we could talk about other stuff. But I mean, if this forms a topic of conversation, then that's great too. Now I'll pause again until we get. Oh, same person. Somebody else came back. Just one of you at the moment here. Anyway, I'm just looking at the bottom of somebody's post in a group, and it says, "If you haven't heard this lately, I'm proud of you. I don't care what stage you are in life, or in life. Yeah, two ins make sense there." And the viewer went. Oh, they may have came back with somebody here. People don't maybe realize how much of an impact those or other words can have. Positive words. And so, yeah. You know. Yeah. So I'm going to sound like the top of social media as somebody tunes in, so far the only one here, and say, what's on your mind today? I would like to be of support to you. And yeah, so if there's something you want to talk about, put it in the comments, and if you need advice, if there's a song you'd like to hear, yeah. Or if you'd like me to pick a topic, just let me know and we'll go. Probably not going to do this for much longer. Wish these didn't fade without clicking them. But yeah, the comments that I've gotten today, I mean, they haven't been hugely personal. I mean, and I don't deserve disrespect. Most people don't, but I certainly don't. But oh, they've been interesting, and sometimes he's so oddly quiet. But I don't know if it makes me want to come back and do more of these or not. I mean, there's something to do. It's kind of fulfilling. And we're gonna get some interesting random comments sometimes. It'd be, you know, there's a bit of a curiosity as to what the ones in the future may be. But oh, okay. Maybe they won't disappear unless I press the screen if I have it on live chat. I had on top chat, which says some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. May not be visible. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about kind of as we get a viewer tune in. The person that this channel is shared with doesn't necessarily look to see, and some things don't notify, so you only see them when you're going live. Shaker. What kind of shaker are you? How did you come up with that YouTube name? Hello, welcome. I'm trying to think of how I might kind of express, the experiences on YouTube today, because they've been interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep pressing that, which means that I want this table a bit closer. We have two people here, or is it Shakar? Like that, which could be a Middle Eastern or black name. Okay, what? Carell? Just kidding. I think that's something. Isn't that something, eh? I am going to have lunch soon, but we do have somebody here that there's only one viewer, and I'm assuming it's the most recent commenter. And if it's not, it should be. Yeah, so I'm curious about the YouTube name, and then I'm curious for you to suggest a topic or a song you'd like me to cover. And I'll let you work on that. This did kind of come up. I'm not sure what I think about it. I'm just kind of doing some organizing of some stuff I have on the couch while I'm waiting for your next comment. Take your time though. Like, I mean, I've asked 2 or 3 things there, so, and everybody types at different speeds, so I'm willing to be patient to a point. 10, 15 minutes or so, maybe. Or type a little bit. Okay, now it says nobody. But when that one comment came through earlier, and now it's back to 1, it said nobody, but then the comment still came. Now it says 2. And in commenting, the other thing too is you can send little bits at, like, you don't have to work on all of your comment and send it through all at once. You can do some, send it through, do some, send it through. That's fine with me too. That being said, then I'll start to address what you've sent, which may distract you from your writing. But ADHD is very popular these days, and multitasking, and I think it's the way of social media in some ways. The moment it says no viewers. Obviously someone that was not shy to comment. Hi, okay? I'm not saying a whole lot by that, but hi, okay as well, I guess. I don't know. Just live here. I don't know what I want to do with this book, but I'll put it on top of things because dog can't get it except for thing. That, no. But I don't want that. Oh, actually, these are the pants. So that's not what I thought that was. Sure, those can be out. This is not going to come up here. It didn't come up in the conversation with What's-Her-Face. Maybe I will still hope for it too. So I'm just kind of doing some organizing while waiting for comments to come through. Briefly it said 1 was there and then it disappeared again. At the same time, I also want to have some lunch. Even if it's past later. Now we got 2 people because it's, what time is it? 12:30 almost, yeah, locally. We'll call Glenn at some point. Do we have anybody watching? I don't know if you've been watching earlier or whatever, but some of the things I may suggest for topics of comments. But do we have any movie buffs watching? And if so, I have a few movies floating around with me. Honestly, some I'd like to try and sell, but that might be a little hard to do over YouTube. Delta 064. What are you saying with those faces? Hard to do over YouTube. But certain ones I might be more interested to talk about than others. Although, that being said, some of them I've not seen yet, but yeah, Delta 064, if you're still watching, those look like the faces a little bit like on Mount Rushmore or Stonehenge, but I don't think there's faces at Stonehenge. I'm not sure what those Oh, that's how they come across on my side of things here. It looks like 3 stone faces. I'm not sure what you mean by it. Also, I don't know if either of the 2 viewers watching have kids around them. And if you do, well, if you do, let me know and I'll say why I'm asking, because as we have a 3rd viewer. Basically, I don't have a filter. That's one reason. And it kind of, yeah, and I have some things I want to talk about that may or may not be kid-friendly, but I mean, I did select the setting that said it's not for kids when I went to post it live. You're 12, okay? Okay, well, that's fine. I'll put that aside. You know, in the days of technology, you know, if you really are 12, people, and I want to take yours honesty because you should be honest. And if you're not 12, you should learn that you should be honest. I mean, I know sometimes it's hard, but as I was mentioning earlier, because we live near a high school, and I almost thought there was a situation out there, and I thought, oh, but the teenagers he was with probably have cell phones, and I think that that's a good thing and a bad thing. There must be a lot more like area codes than I know about, but so I'm not going to talk about those, but we could talk about movies. If you have a favorite song, like I don't think it's weird to. I don't know, there's a part of me that feels a little bit odd engaging with a 12-year-old, but doing music for them, maybe not so much. So if there's a song you'd like to hear, but we do have 2 other people here too. And I've got to ask, by the way, if you're 12, it is a Monday. I guess in some parts of the world it could be a Sunday or a Tuesday. So I was going to say, why aren't you in school? But if it's a Sunday, unless you go to Sunday school, you wouldn't be in school. So yes, Shaker, I'm curious about the YouTube name, and if you have a song request, let me know. I don't have a lot of energy, but I can try and do one. Other than that, and to the other 2 viewers, if you're also under 18, there is a part of me that, like, that filter on YouTube, it's true, you know, we can't guarantee that it's going to work. Whether a kid's using their parents' account or some other outlet in their life or whatever it is. I mean, but we can hope that it does. I mean, that being said, the only other thing that I would feel kind of comfortable talking about with the 12 or somebody under 18 watching is the following. Are you going through something in life that you would like advice about? And if so, put it below. I don't think there's anything wrong with helping. Germany. So is Shakar a German name? I'm remembering somebody from. I was reminded because I was watching a short film and they were in a dark room, and somebody else that kind of been in my awareness has a name. So reminded of somebody I did a photo shoot with, and that I. Yes, that Shakar is your name. Oh, and in Germany, I guess that's the other thing is it could be evening. That's right. So I guess where are your parents? Are they around you right now, or? Anyway, and she was from Germany. She came local. I don't know if she stayed local. I didn't know her full name, and I've lost touch. But her first name was Mila, I believe. But and she was in her 20s. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just curious if your parents are around you right now. And also, yes, if you have anything you'd like advice on, feel free to put it below. If anybody is curious, I mean, in this life, you know, we're always going to be interacting with people at different ages. I've got to admit, I'm not around kids very often. I don't have a super big or connected family. That may change because I'm doing some genealogy. I don't currently work. And if I was in school, I mean, they'd be like adult students. But I'm not around kids very often. So, but if anybody was to think a certain thing of me talking to a 12-year-old, again, I'm trying to keep it positive and you know, appropriate. And you can see my previous video actually because certain something that some people might be thinking about kind of came up because of somebody else's comments actually, and you can see how I addressed that. Hopefully you can see that I'm a good person. So we have 2 people viewing. But yes, let's stick with, if you need any advice about something, I would like to say end a song request. Something fairly mainstream. Also, you are commenting in English, but I'm still not sure if your English is great or not. So, I'm not sure how much of this is being understood, but I've got to put the device down for a moment and go upstairs briefly. I'll be right back. So that you work on those comments, and yeah. And as far as what to tell him, I really don't know. That one is just so awkward, you probably want to remove the comments. I guess I would too. And you might be disappointed that it's come to that. But I think I will look at that. And then as far as this one, I don't know. The possible start back on the big numbers are good and that I know about. What am I supposed to do? Stop the podcast because there's a 12-year-old watching? Sure, I guess I could ignore them, but who likes to be ignored? And they're human too. You know? Right, Sonny? Yeah. So, I'm back. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing new that I can see. Although the second viewer just tuned in. So I'm going to guess that your name is, this is twice in this video, I've not known how to say a name. I'm not even sure if it is a name. But if it is, I'm going to say it's Shakir? Shaker? I was going to ask if he was still there, and then they both went. I don't mind this getting a few more comments. But yeah, I think it's a little hard to share about the previous one. And like I say, to be possibly being called a crack junkie, I mean. And communicating with a 12-year-old. I mean, that hasn't really said all that much. I mean, I don't think there's, I mean, it's interesting. It's certainly stuff that when I've done videos recently, I've not encountered. So, but whether maybe I could, next time I do one and there's things that are a bit easier to share, I can share that with the person who, the person in the house, and then, but share this experience first, and then that experience. And hope sometimes the last thing said is what's remembered the most. So, who do we have viewing at the moment? And if it's who I think it is, I've asked some questions, so feel free to. And the viewer goes. At the same time, I kind of do want to call, and there's not a whole lot else to say. Oh, I'll save the cheese for later. That's what I'll say. I'll save the cheese for later. You think it was just okay? Wish we had some of that stuff on our list to put on fasting night. It'll probably be that, whatchamacallit, pesto, so. Well, which wouldn't go well with cheese, so I'm gonna put some cheese on it. Anybody's viewing, I'll be right back. Feel free to put your comments. I'll be right there. I'm a very free-spirited person, if you couldn't tell. Hi, Sonny. How are you? Thanks for being so good today. Mostly. Oh no, but it's watching right now. I know the way that person went, though. Of course, everyone's ADHD. Well, anybody could have ADHD. This is one part of me that wonders, was somebody pretending? Seeing how I'd react? You think you gave a reaction? So I don't have a whole lot else going on right now, so I'm doing this. And again, I say, I'm just in the kitchen briefly and then I'll be here, so feel free to comment. But again, I say, that person, I'm treating them kindly. I'm trying to help them in their life by being entertaining, but not doing anything inappropriate. Keep it not very much. I guess I just took it out of the fridge, but didn't. No. Yeah, I thought I did, or maybe I just moved my cheese. Okay. So I'm gonna roll. I'm at 34%. I'm gonna keep rolling until I'm at 25%, maybe. I haven't eaten a lot, and I am kind of hungry, so I hope you won't mind that I'm eating at the same time. Like I say, very free-spirited, very kind of, I don't know, there has been some activity along the top and in comments. Some of those people might come back, or might, one says two, so maybe two have, and say more. So, this channel is about kindness, respect, helping each other, and occasionally doing music. But yeah, I don't often eat on camera. Today just seems like a day to show you what it looks like. Just kidding. Multitasking. However, I am going to put it in the microwave a bit longer. So, not the easiest thing to have from preventing the device from sliding forward. And that also means I can't hit the button to see comments. But I find a way. I mean, at this point in time, I've just been kind of stuck in life. I've been trying to make things happen. I really have been. But so, I'm in a bit of a rut. I'm home, I'm bored. Who can blame me for thinking of going live on YouTube and stuff? That's beautiful. No bad feeling at the moment, but it does occur to me too that some people that did not realize that this is a shared channel, who are more familiar with the other person in the house, might be like, you're not them. But so trying to talk about it on the internet. But not really, mostly in general. I'll be watching, so that looks out. Is that summer? Yeah, it is. So I'm just multitasking, having lunch as well. But I'm almost finished. So who do we got watching? Feel free to introduce yourself, and we'll go from there. This is multitasking. It's almost 1 o'clock. I haven't eaten a lot today, so I was ready to eat something. You're right. I've never seen somebody eat before. There's something to do, that's for sure. So if you're in the corner, don't be shy, I'll be right with you. Oops. That's good news. Let me just see this for a minute here. Somebody put this in there. That doesn't feel familiar. But she does it for midlife woman. So yeah, she doesn't realize that I'm a guy. I don't remember seeing that before though. And that's her actual last name? Cultivating compassion. That's interesting. So, I was just looking at a comment that I posted to someone on Facebook, possibly in my neighborhood, which is very handy. And it said, I'm interested in your area of work, doing and getting support and mentorship perhaps. And she says, free to DM me about that. And I'm just finishing up my lunch here. And that would be good news. Except for when I go to her page, I kind of remember the dog pictures. I don't think I looked at it very in depth. Which is why I didn't see that interesting picture of her standing in a stone hand, ironically. Considering that one comment, that's still kind of confusing. So it looks like dogs matter to her a lot. That might be an area. Cultivating compassion is nice. But working with midlife women, I don't want to say it's because I'm a guy. Resistant somatic practitioner, I think I was probably thinking of the bowls a little bit. But that's more just selling her stuff, and I'm not the expert. And the other person in the house who kind of is, has a day job. So, she's from outside of the city, but she lives in the city, going by her Facebook. I guess if I took the gender out of it, there is a part of me that's familiar with, curious about that. Not super familiar. That is true. She's not going to add me till we've talked a little bit. This is where the device is being iffy or a bit iffy. Kind of interesting spelling. Yesterday I had a kind of iffy experience with the sherry. This one could potentially be good. Hmm. 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 That's a real last name. It's kind of odd. I'm going to look up that topic possibly next. Just going to plug in a search for something. If you have a viewer, feel free to comment anything you'd like to talk about or a song you'd like to hear, and I'll be right with you. And the first one it finds is somebody I'm familiar with. Two people, because I believe that's Katie, although it's not her channel. Okay, found two things I'd kind of like to watch, but we did have somebody just tune in. Only one here at the moment. So if you would like to chat for a few moments, feel free to put a comment. Topic. One I have in mind is kind of movies. But otherwise, topic. Okay, you left, so. I was hoping for a little bit more from doing this, though. That's the only thing. Like, a little bit more engagement and being able to help people, possibly entertain, with music primarily. And I could just do it, but I want to make sure that it's reaching the people that are, that it's reaching people that are showing, that are expressing as a viewer coming with, that they're feeling the benefit. And that, yeah, I don't know how else to put it. But I don't think I want two 2-hour videos on here. Mind, this one's still got half an hour to go, and the other one may have actually been a little over 2 hours. Time flies. Time flies. I don't think I really need to do it right now, but today when I want to really cool off. Warming up, rather. 71. It felt like it for a little while, but I've not been overheated this whole time, and I've been rambling, which sometimes seems to do it. And then also, I have some material on that I'm wearing, and I'm kind of surprised that, yes, this little fan's on, but it moves the air. Sometimes I seem to notice it, sometimes I don't, but I don't know, I just thought it'd be warmer. But, okay, well, I kind of want to charge this device soon. About 30%, I think I said 25, let's go with that. And if engagement starts happening, somewhere between now and then, I might go a bit longer, otherwise I'll wrap up. But I don't know how long that would take to drop 5%. And then I want to do this stuff, which I'd rather just watch myself and go from there. And as far as telling him, I could just say they're very random comments, and I could say, yeah, kinda. It might make him curious, though. If he otherwise didn't notice, it might make him curious. And I don't know if he's ever had an experience like that. Like, I'm glad that it hasn't been like super deeply personal or like, yeah, it's been interesting, but I I don't really feel like it would be enriching for him to see it. And like I say, I'm kind of having a bit of that feeling too. Like, it's nice that the comments are there. The other thing too is that, although I noticed this, I think once when I did it with the laptop, when I post them, that was being so good just saying the nice. When I post them and look back, then I don't see the live comments. So they might not even show. I know I'm talking about them, but, and I've read some of them out loud, but yeah, he might not, yeah. I wish that this topic that I want to look into a bit more, see about this lady's offer. I'm not going to let it trigger me, even though it could from someone in my past and someone actually just a day or two ago, yesterday. But was something that I could just talk about for a few moments. But I also want to rest until we get a viewer, because it's been no viewer for about 5 minutes, I think. So, but I want to, yeah. Oh, but somebody just tuned in. But yeah, that particular topic, I have a sense as to what it would be, but not entirely. And it actually could be something very good for me, and also some product that we sell could benefit her. I mean, it'd be great if it would be a customer, but at the same time, it would also be great if it meant like a ongoing opportunity, because I kind of need those right now in life. And actually not even necessarily pluralized when I say those, which is a plural word that doesn't quite end in S, right? But you know what I mean. Like, I need that in life. You know what I mean? And we have 2 viewers. One of the things that came up today is the viewer left. So, what's the charge at now? How much has it dropped? 1%. I wish that photo was actually been a little bit more in depth on some of the thoughts. One thing that she annoys me with that she says, but now it's what I got. I appreciate it. Is she'll say, well, but we're all different people. What works for one may not work for the other. Well, yeah, obviously, but I think elements of something could work for it. Just like, I don't know, there's always a pause. Sometimes very hard to see, but there's always a positive or something good. And that's weird. I just flattened my hair, and sometimes the camera reverses the side, but it did it on the side that I think it's on, and it hasn't reversed it, so that's weird. So we have 2 people viewing, but yeah, don't be shy. But yeah, so, because one thing I'd like to talk about is, like, and I understand this could be a deep and triggering question, but maybe it's important to talk about it. Maybe whether it's recent or not recent, and maybe it would be inspiring to me and other people. My only thought, like I say, is that I don't know if it was just a glitch that one time or two, but live chat may only appear when the video is live. But I'm going to be rolling for another 10 minutes at least, so I can at least address it, hopefully verbally. Well, that's the only way I can do it, actually, I've discovered. And if you reply to this after, then I can reply to it in writing, but either way is cool, right? This will be near the end of the video. But have you endured a time, I'm almost kind of hesitant to ask for specifics, but at the same time they could be important. Or maybe they're not, because I shared an experience with somebody earlier today where I shared kind of what it made me feel, what it kind of left me with, and such, but I never actually said the specific place. It was ironic because even though she works there, and it's not a huge place, and it's all one floor, she was at that department, and I've never got the impression, when I totally could have, if she did know, that she ever knew. And it almost came up 2 or 3 different occasions. I thought today for sure it seemed like it was going to, but it didn't super specifically. So I think that there might be a way to just, I was going through a lot of struggles in general, or you were going through a lot of struggles in general, currently or at some point in your life, and you, how you feel you're navigating them. If you need any support or advice, I'm here to try and give it. If you feel like you've kind of came out of that darkness and are doing better, what helped. And I guess, not to add a third question onto this, and then I'll be quiet and let you type unless you're multitasking here, would be, but we have had these two people here the whole time I've been saying this bit, but, and I appreciate that. Also, why do you think you were given that struggle? Or are being given it, for instance? Because when we go through struggles, especially for a long time, especially when we know that we deserve better, it's something we ask ourselves, right? People ask, that one would wonder, why am I having to go through this, right? And I'm wondering, now it goes down to one, and I'll stop rambling and let you, work on a comment, but I'm just wondering if you might have some guesses based on situations that, something that you've been through. Now I'll let you type. Not that you can't type while I'm talking, but I'll let you type more focused. And I appreciate your honesty, your vulnerability. Like I say, I don't want me or anyone else to get triggered, which is kind of why I suggest if you can do it in a general sense, and I suggested how. When I was struggling in my life, inspire me, motivate me, or allow me to do it for you. That was well said. Not that the rest of it wasn't, but. And that could be something we're telling the other person in the house about how YouTube went today. They don't post every day, but. Good boy, Sonny, hey? And in the meantime, I'll show you a cute dog. Hey? Yeah. I just have to keep pressing the chat button because otherwise it don't show. Right. I want to look at that. So we do have a second person that tuned in. I just said a big long spiel to kind of engage conversation. You're welcome to do so in a respectful, curious way. And now it's down to one, so I don't know if it was the one that just came in or the one that was already here. I'm going to guess the latter because it seems like they were sticking around and might actually be working on a comment. So, but if not, I'll phrase it the way I just did and allow you to comment. Nobody doesn't know that much. This is good. This is good that somebody actually now it says 3, but somebody has been here the whole time. I said a whole spiel, then I went quiet, so that they could focus on their typing, or at least I'm trying to. And it seems as if the person is still here working on the comment, so I appreciate it. Just be authentic, brave. This is a safe place, as safe as we can make it. And we're down to 2, but yeah. And I look forward to seeing what you're writing. I realize this is YouTube, but not that much different than Facebook or whatever, right? So, well, it isn't, but. And I'm feeling very mixed. There's a part of me, like if it's happening if it's already been put while live, it might not show afterwards, is what I've noticed. Unless, like I say, that was a glitch, now another one. But if it's in process and then this posts, but even live and the recording happening while live, it still sometimes takes some time to process. The viewer, no viewers now. The video, I think even if it's live, not just if it's uploaded out of the camera. So, but it says one again. But so, but depending on how it all lined up or whatever, it may or may not show otherwise. So I want to make sure I see it if somebody's working on a comment. And there's a part of me that's kind of okay to continue rolling too. Like, I mean, well, I ended up plugging it in. We're at 27, so I was close to the 25. Now I'm going to say I'll go 10 more minutes. Unless this is really doing well, but still. To have about 2 hour videos in a row is kind of less. Well, I don't know. Happens when someone's bored at home and engaging or just, you know. I'm surprised I've been able to fill the time. And I barely stopped. A little bit, but barely. This one did get a like. And this is not the video that got one near the very top. I'm pretty sure that was the first one. Wish it would say who it was. I hope our email will tell us. 3131. But yeah, unless we get a good comment and something really nice that either starts off in the next 10 minutes or is within the next 10 minutes. If he notices, he notices. If he doesn't, like I say, it's a shared channel. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I just thought of a song that I'm thinking of doing. It's actually in a book. The song, I don't really like the title. Maybe I'll just do it on the guitar. I think the guitar's upstairs, and I don't know where my other one is. I'm mixed about doing it, but I'm kind of curious to do it and see what happens while I'm doing music. And I'm thinking of a Randy Travis song, and I'm thinking of this other song. And I wish I could name this tune without singing it. I think I might. I mean, yeah, she has that one couple things that I really know about her. And I hope that well, don't have a similar story, but I've had my struggles in my way, in my time. And I hope that I will relate to finding success like she did. Now I jammed this underneath the table here on top of some stuff because I didn't know if I really wanted to do this song. I need to give my voice a rest, and I don't do a lot of instrumental stuff. Oh, that's a weird movie that it's from. I'm almost hesitant. But when I'm thinking about what I would call him about, and I'm thinking, not a whole lot to say if I'm not talking about YouTube. Not a whole lot to say about my appointment, and I haven't really done all that much else. So, I mean, I could say how's it going there. And other than that, where did this piece of match come from? I don't know. Some comment about the weather. We have 2 viewers. Welcome. So I'm about to actually, if you've viewed before or not, I'm not sure, but I'm actually about to do a song. Yeah. And I'm going to do it as a... both of them went. Yeah, that's motivating. Again, it may or may not have been personal. And either one of them came back, or somebody else is here now. You know, I don't know if this is the song I want to do, though. I want to do a song, and I don't remember if I just found this book recently. I have had it for a long time, but I just found it. I don't know if... where's that big blue pillow? Right here. I don't know if that's the song I wanted to have done though. So talking to the dog. And you, just kidding. Oh, that reminds me. I need to check, although the dog's being so good. And, you know, while I'm doing the video, that's important. But I also want to make sure, check for my check in the mail, because I don't want it to get stolen. We're at a corner, it's a busy property, a busy area, blah, 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 near a high school. And in fact, I'm worried that if I got it, it might get stolen. So, but I can't put this on.
2018. The British government is rolling out a
talking?
initiative to increase the use of AI in the public sector.
But I don't know what it's talking. Well, I know what it's talking about because I just heard that. But I really, otherwise, you know, I have something positive to say about AI. But other than that, it's not really. Although its image generator can be kind of interesting. But yes, I must get to that. We have gotten some snow, and he shoveled last night, but didn't shovel this morning. So if we got any snow through the night, sometimes he would, even though he's got a physical job and that. I didn't see him do it, so I could look for footprints. I'm reminded of a joke, but I don't know if it would be kosher to say it. I'm still got 5 minutes in that time frame that I said. That one I think would be too obviously recognizable.
And that is your word this hour for CBC News. And now your province-wide forecast. In Winnipeg, mainly sunny today, with a high around -19 degrees. Brandon, a high of -21 with sunny skies. We've got 21 as well. In Woodlawn,
I don't know if this would be a good one, but it might be to do here. What is the charge at, by the way? 26? I do want to get right on watching videos about that thing and then getting back to that lady. Because that could be a positive thing. But yeah, very weird how it didn't seem actually all that familiar. And it would have been just a day or two ago. I kind of remember putting the comment. I don't know if she updated her page. In which case she would say, did you mean this or this? Because I just changed it. Or what, but it doesn't quite seem familiar. Although part of it kind of does. It makes me think about a product that we have for sale. But yeah, so I want to see kind of what might come from that. 26%. Oh, we have a viewer just tuned in. Welcome. So I am actually about to do a song and thinking of doing Name That Tune Style. Right, it has been shoveled. However, I think I'm also seeing snow on top of the mailbox. So if anything got put in there, that wouldn't be the case. So there's at least that. And that's twice now when I've said I'm going to do a song that the person leaves. Oh, but they either came back or somebody else did. And they might be thinking, well, why not just do the song? I will. I'm just going to go get my guitar. And then I'm going to do at least one song. And the viewer goes. But I'm just going to strum my way through that song and see what we get from it. Good boy, Sonny. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Where'd this bait come from? I don't know. Oh, that's the one that... Yeah, okay. I do and don't want these sitting up here. Should I bring them back upstairs again? Or sitting down here, rather. since I'm going up there. Well, this one I don't think you can as much get into. It's just that there's another blue bag there. There's quite a few of them over here, actually. Anybody that might be helpful with organizing, I might want to take you up on. But I'm going to put that on top of there later, I think. Yeah, that does above me. You can tune it out. But the hanging monkey might be a bit distracting, but I also think we're very used to it. Anywho, I'll be right back. I got rid of that bag. We've been very patient about this bag being here. But I really just want to talk to them about what's in it and go from there. We had a day last week, really. But anyway. Your light up my life. Oh, shoot. Anybody watching? Because I just gave it away. If so. Nope, okay, good. The one time I don't want to. Oh. Oh. I hope you made a beneficiary and fuck that cat. So, we can say that. Everybody's watching. But the dog is still being very good, and I appreciate that. What's the charge at here? Because I do have to plug this device in very soon. Actually feels kind of cool too. That's the one that was sitting there since last night. I know it's, I mean, my nose doesn't feel it hugely, but I know it's been kind of cold in here, even though it's at 71 an hour metric. At 21%, 24%, okay. It's a little bit better. Hopefully it'll be good enough to, and hopefully replace our order tonight, to do this. This is a big sounding guitar, and I sometimes think it sounds a bit tinny, but yeah, I don't even know what my other one is. And I mean, it's got to be somewhere in the house. So, we have a viewer, and what I'm about to start here, to wrap this video up soon, is name that tune. And if well, there's only you here at the moment, but if there's enough interest in doing that, I might do it, and you left, so, whatever. I do it for myself, do it for Angels too. But if there's enough interest in doing that, if people kind of go to the midpoint or closer to the end and end up seeing this part, let me know below. And it's something I could maybe do more of. It would have to be mostly instrumental though, because otherwise I feel like lyrics would give it away. But the dog's being very, very good and quiet, so that's good. Good boy, Sonny, good boy. Delight this boy and share. Name this tune. matters. That one's actually not going to work very well because there's a G with an F sharp, which I might be able to do on the piano okay, but I'm otherwise not too sure if I could. And as soon as I said that, although I think the dog maybe thought somebody was at the door when I put the guitar down, but he got up as if to say, yes, go to the piano. So I'm going to do Name That Tune. Now I can do the melody line, not just the chords, and on the piano. And the viewer goes, so whatever. But again, that may or may not have been personal. Maybe they'll be back. Maybe they won't. We shall see. And it is 1:12. But sometimes he goes for an early lunch. For anybody who is familiar with Glenn, good boy, Sonny. You enjoying your meal? Good boy for eating. Doesn't sound like me.
I heard you say somewhere that on that point that the world is already sharp and pointy. There's already a lot going on in the world, so I would like
Hi there. How's it going there? Hopefully everything's going well. It's been interesting day on YouTube. We've really now got some viewers, so won't take you long, but give me a call and get a chance. And yeah, talk to you later. Okay, oh, and they already left. Well, I don't want it to disrupt me, that's the only thing. He will always leave a voicemail. He still hasn't got back to his brother yet, but... And then afterwards I'll take it off of silent. Yeah, we don't have anybody viewing at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. Can't believe I'm sitting at the piano. And that's reminding me of Jessica, the stupid sunlight across my face. I don't know where to put this, where it wouldn't be. Because I already know that doesn't work there. Only because of this ridge, otherwise it might. Do I just hold it? Just do the chords maybe? Very good, and I appreciate that, Sonny. Apologize for the sun. Well, it's actually not too bad there, but the sun going across my face, it depends if I move, I guess, which is quite distracting. It's just the time of day, I guess, where the sun's coming through the window. We do have somebody, there was somebody briefly there, I don't know if that's who came back or who it is, but I'm just playing a bit of Name That Tune, And I do want to use both hands, so just maybe close your eyes, because at the moment there's a window behind us, and that might help you name it better anyway. There's a window, well, there's one in front and behind actually, and I should know, but I don't know. And basically it's making a sun stripe across my face, and it's kind of cool looking, but I know it's kind of distracting. And if I move, it gets even bigger. So just close your eyes and see if you know what this tune is, and feel free to put your guesses below. And this is going to be 2 hour video after all. And yeah, I knew that this would be the case. The certain type of chords I'm doing, it's freezing in here for 71. Anyway, it's, I guess, what you might call a crescendo, where it goes G, G, F sharp, G, F, and then A, G, and then D, F. Anywho, point of the matter is, and it sounds quite beautiful actually, and the person already went, but whatever, is that, and I do have to plug this in soon, but the dog being so great, is, I don't feel like I could as easily have done that on the guitar. So, anyway. I'll just do this until somebody kind of maybe meditate out of this video, or however you want to refer to it. Just kind of, I saw a video where I was going, it was a Codaline Angel song. I've been meaning to look it up, but then I got distracted on my device and I made another top. But and it was a tribute video for somebody, and I was watching this back the other day, and I was going, oh, or something like that at the beginning for about 10 minutes. So it's going to kind of be something like that. That sounds like that's actually, is there a way to do it where, no, I don't think you can do that. This is where seeing in reverse is helpful. Okay, I'm live, but I already knew that. D, F sharp, A. Okay, so D, A, F sharp. Okay, so. Okay, so it is kind of a climb down, actually. So 21%, no, 20%. Nobody's watching. I don't know when it's going to die, and I don't want to lose it. I'm going to look for the next song, plug this in, and then I'll come back. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm kind of feeling musical now that I'm doing it, and I'm kind of curious to see how that would say. I think the other one was about 2.5 hours. So it was like 30, 45 minutes before it even started. Voicemail will kick in either way, so maybe I should answer it, otherwise it'll be recorded into the video. I'll be right back. I'm just letting this charge for a few moments while I find a song to do. If you have a song request or a topic request, put it below. You're welcome to. But I'm not going to be super much longer with this because it's been and you left, so whatever. But no, I'm enjoying this. And the dog's laying there so great. Even when I got up, he's still being terrific and not getting hyper. And that's appreciated. What other songbooks do I want to play from? I haven't looked at this one very much. Oh, this one, really. Who is it by? I don't know, it looks like it's random. And I have a song, Do Ya? Maybe. Sarah Parsons. Local. Hello? Hello? Oh yeah, who's calling? Oh yes. Hi. Good to hear from you. Yeah, ironically, I was just sitting at the piano a few minutes ago, but yeah, I do both. But yeah, the guitar is a little bit more portable.
Volunteers typically visit in some
Okay. is that near? What is that near? Hello? Oh, okay, sorry. Kildonan Crossing, okay. Yeah, kind of. It's closer to my old area. It would honestly be a bit hard for me to get to, and getting around is a bit tricky. If there were other people that might be a bit easier to get to, I'd be open to that.
Okay, yeah, and what area are you in?
I'm in St. Boniface. St. Boniface. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Be right back. This is nice that you do that, yeah. The other thing I wanted to remember to ask about too, while I'm thinking of it, is you also have a program where, whether it's in person or by the phone, for like connection and isolation and stuff like that. Yeah, and I'd be open to doing that. Oh.
Depending on what area that you're in, you do have a number of clients in that area.
Perfect. Okay, so how would we get the ball rolling with that? Understandable. Uh-huh. Yeah, one of the other two options should work, and with the postal, I don't know if they're back on strike or not, but there's still delays with that, so, yeah. So, I can do it the other way, yeah. Okay. Perfect, okay. All right.
My name is Katie George, and I am a vocal jazz singer, composer, lyricist, arranger, and bandier. I am originally from Calgary, Alberta, and Home these days is my career.
I figured so. A number sounds like more than one or two, or am I hearing that wrong?
A criminal record search with vulnerable members as well as provide references that we can contact to complete reference check.
Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of the way they do things, right? It's kind of a bit of a hassle, but yeah, and especially when you know that there's no problems. But yeah, but okay. And as far as references, like I've been unemployed for a while, hence why looking for opportunities. And actually, I found out about this through my occupational therapist. I don't have a large and hugely connected family, so I'm not too sure where to find references from, other than who I live with.
We can have, we could take personal references, so like friends, roommates,
Okay.
family friends, something like that, as long as they're not directly related to like a family member.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I can't remember if in my message, which I believe was a fellow's voicemail reading, but that's fine. I don't know if I gave my email address, or if I should. Well, you said I can find this on the website, right? Oh, it's on there. Okay. No. I didn't. Like I said, my occupational therapist gave me a paper about it. So she probably got it from there, maybe. That might be quick because there's a lot on that website. Okay, so let me know when you're ready. Okay, that's on 1401 44957. Another thing that I'm thinking about in all of this, because I was just kind of petting our dog for a moment. We have a very friendly little dog. If anybody was looking for visits that included pet visits,
And definitely some of our, some of our clients would might, miss having a pet, especially if they've moved somewhere where they're not able to anymore. So that's something that you can note on your application.
so these would be people that either live in their own home or in like a senior's apartment or something, but not like a senior's home, right? Okay.
In what we call independent living. So, that may be their own house, their own apartment. It could be even assisted living or supportive housing, but they wouldn't be in a personal care home.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll get you to email me those things. I'll get back to you shortly, and then I guess we'll do the next steps there. Do you cover the cost of the checks?
Two options. So if you're able to cover the cost of the check upfront, you can send us your receipts and then we'll
A month. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I don't go down there very often, but for one time that would be maybe easier than waiting for. This was for the. You're saying that this would avoid a bit of the wait somehow.
that would then you would avoid the cost of the checks.
Oh.
So we could apply for the adult fees register check from our office. Typically that costs $20, but if we fax it in, then that waives the fee.
Okay.
And then we could either complete the online application at our office, or we could go over to the police station. It's about a block away from our office, and then I would just bring a credit card in.
Right. Okay. I mean, your office is probably quicker and easier. I'm not sure. We might. Could we pay for it in cash? Oh, I was just wondering if it could be paid in cash though. 'Cause at the moment I don't have a card, but. Okay. All right. And if you could send me the details as to again the fees for those, then I can do that. And okay. And I'll and you have your name and number in the email, I guess. Right? And if I have any other questions, I can let you know. And I'll say we'll do all these steps and get started. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, bye. Okay. Yes, I might have to take a bus ride that feels kind of inconvenient and a little iffy, or possibly Natasha could help me with that, because I did say, certain things, I think Ed was one of the things though, could be difficult like that, and then we do that. We do the steps that we got to do, and then maybe I'll just start a new video later if I feel like it and do this. But he's being so good right now, laying in the foyer by the little chair kind of. But and then I forgot I was waiting for that call actually. I thought it was Glenn actually, and then I almost want to just verify that, because it would be just too awkward with my mother, and she works, and has other things she's dealing with. But I am actually quite tired from all the activity, so I think I'm going to stop this video for now. All right, that is her number there.
they've had a
I should have asked if she was related to Jim. That will remind me.
and the trends that happen there tend to spill over into the bestseller list, probably over a little bit further. So can you give us
Is that what's her face's number?
picture?
If it is, there shouldn't be a 1 in front of it.
Yeah, I would say book talk is entering into, I think, its fourth year of popularity now. I joined in 2020, like early 2020. And from there, it
No,
really
that's not what I meant to call.
used to be a
I don't know who that was.
finding
Must have been one of the plumbers or something. It did kind of sound like that person, that trans one, actually.
to read during
Possibly.
time.
We have a viewer. I'm just working on a quick call. It won't take me very long at all. I'll probably get voicemail because she has a lot of appointments. But if you'd like to play a quick version of Name That Tune, no, you left. You know what's great. I'm done for now. It's been interesting, that's for sure. But this has gotten long. I'm tired, so. Oh, but 1 minute. We do just have somebody tune in. So I was just going to say, if you'd like to play a quick game of Name That Tune, I'm trying to remember who that is. This person in our call log. Oh, that was somebody connected to the plumbing, I think. If you'd like to play a quick version of Name That Tune, no, you left them.